Hello everyone, this is going to be an experimental kind of a video. I just really want to test this kind of audio setup that I managed to put together. I have a simple lavalier mic plugged straight into my motherboard, so I have no amps, I have nothing except this cheap mic, so let's see how it goes. This, as you can see, is a game called Mars Horizon. This is kind of a resource management game where you manage a space agency and your end goal is to make a permanent base on Mars. You start at the very beginning of the space race, but instead of me explaining the game to you, I will let the game explain it itself. We are going to start a new game. And keeping with the Soviet kind of theme we have with the previous game, Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, we are going to use the Soviet Space Agency, but we are going to customize it. Basically, this only determines the rockets available to you. So US, for example, to go to the moon, is going to use the Saturn V rocket. The Russian is going to use something else, China is going to use something else, the Japanese is going to use something else. For now, we are going to use the Soviet rockets. And we are not going to be the Soviet Union. We are going to be LAM Aerospace. Of course, named after the great sci-fi writer Stanislav Lem. Our headquarters is going to be in the Baikonur Cosmodrome, I think Kazakhstan, We are also going to choose a couple traits for ourselves. Let's see. Don't worry, I'm going to explain, the game going to explain itself to you. For now, I'm just going to choose what I like to use. Let's see. No. Unknown entity. There was another one that I used before. No. No. Let's see. I know I will choose. No. Launch proficiency, of course. Operation specialist, absolutely. And I think flexible, yeah, this one. So flexible working is going to make us able to move buildings at costs. That's just to make things easier. Launch proficiency is going to raise our launch reliability of our rockets by 10%. Don't worry, it's going to be explained. Operation specialist going to give us one extra mission slot. That's going to be a huge. And unknown entity, all diplomatic relations starts with 0. That's just this. Nobody likes us or nobody hates us. Next up is going to be the difficulty setting. I'm going to play with the tutorial so the game can explain itself to you. Let's see, resources normal, competition normal, mission normal, auto resolve only request missions, tutorial on. Might as well. And that's it. It's not going to be very hard, not going to be very easy, just a relaxed kind of game. Let's see. Welcome, director. The annals of space history are yet to be written. The coming decades will see humanity take its first step away from its home planet and toward the stars. You must ensure our cosmonauts are leading the way. Prove our technological prowess. Have the courage to push boundaries where others would falter. Know that every setback will only harden the resolve of our people to win the space race. Our journey to other worlds begins today. Write our names into history. Okay, let's see. The solar system screen is your gateway to the book. So this is the main screen. This is just for the tutorial. This is once the tutorial is done, it's going to be no longer there. We can find missions when we click on the different planets. To start out with, we can see the length of the mission, the different rewards of the mission. This is the badge for the first who does the different milestone missions. We have two different kinds of missions. Milestones. Milestones are kind of things that you do for the first time. So test launch is going to be a sounding rocket that basically testing that yes, we can actually launch rockets into space. Then artificial satellite, we can actually test that yes, we can actually put something into orbit around Earth, then put an animal in space, then that will let us know that yes, living things can actually survive out there. So we are going to work our way slowly towards making our way to Mars. This is the request missions are going to be like once we finish one of these milestones, that kind of mission is going to be available as request missions from private industries. So maybe we do the artificial satellite, so some company can ask us to put satellites up for them. Once we select the mission type, we can start planning the mission. And since this is the first mission, this is going to be just a simple sounding rocket launch, that's all. This is the rocket design screen. For now, we only have the sounding rocket technology unlocked. So let's see, it is level 0. Every time we launch a vehicle, it's going to gain 1 level up to level 5. And with every level, the launch reliability will go up. Basically, the lower the launch reliability, the more likely it is to just blow up during launch. Let's confirm. It's going to cost us 80,000 monies. I don't know, credits, something. So let's build it. It's going to take us 2 months to build. Yes. Of course, to launch the rocket, we are going to need a launch pad, but we need to research it. This is the research screen. It has 3 different sections: missions, buildings, and vehicles. In missions, you are going to be able to research different kinds of missions. So for example, next up in the list is the artificial satellite one. The first tag is always the kind of a theoretical knowledge of the mission, and the second is the payload, that the actual practical, the knowledge we learned here, we are put into practice with the researching the actual payload. The building tree, self-explanatory. We are researching buildings. We just have to make sure that we pay attention to this. So if to reach this building, we need to research 2 of these 3. But for now, we only have to do the small launch pad, and we will need the small launch pad to launch the actual rocket. There are 3 main resources in the game: money, science, and support. Basically, money is self-explanatory. This is how you pay for things. Science is also self-explanatory. Basically, the more research points you generate, the faster the research is going to be. And support is basically your experience gain. As you can see, every 12 months, every year, you are going to get a funding review from your government. And every support point is going to be added to your current total. And if you reach a threshold, your funding is going to go up. And as you can see, it's a turn-based game. You make actions every month. Okay, the first research is complete. Yeah, let's build it. This is the base screen. Here you can build the different buildings that you researched, and you have to pay attention to adjacency bonuses as well. For example, the small launch pad has a positive adjacency bonus with the assembly building, but a negative one with the main building. Next to the main building, you can see down here, you will get -1 payload reliability, and that's going to be explained later. And because of the adjacency with the assembly building, we will get -2% vehicle build time. So this is the obvious place to place it. Once this is complete, we can launch the rocket. And since we finished research, let's select a new one. Now, let's see. 300. We might want to invest in the research lab early on, I think. The sooner we can do this, the more research points we can accumulate overall. Nothing else we can do. Let's see, next month. The small launch pad is built, and the small rocket as well. This is just a sounding rocket, basically nothing more than a tube full of fuel that's going to go up. There is no payload, just maybe a little bit of instrumentation in the head, but that's it. Oh yeah, I forgot. On that screen there was a gray no effect or something up here. It's basically every time you build something, be it a payload or a rocket, you are going to get some kind of random effect associated with that particular rocket. This time there was nothing else, and when we get something, oh yeah, here, no effect. So when we get something, a bonus or a penalty, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so after we build certain buildings, we are going to be able to set a kind of training for that particular mission. For example, we build a research lab, we are going to be able to set a research training, and the more months you spend training for the mission, the bigger the bonus is going to be. But we are not in right now, so don't worry about it. This is the launch date selection screen. Basically, you just have to make sure that we make our best efforts to launch in a green month. That's the optimal launch window. Yellow or orangish brownish one is the suboptimal launch window. It's possible to launch but not advised. The red one is invalid launch date. There is no way we are going to be able to launch because maybe the planets are not aligned correctly, or it's going to be too cold or too hot. I don't know. It's just there are certain months where it's impossible to launch. But since we have no trainings, we are going to launch as soon as possible. Also, because this is a milestone mission, every other country is still researching to be able to do this mission. We are already going to launch next month, so we are very likely to be the first ones to do this mission. And if we are the first, we are going to get a big support boost, big science boost, so it's always good to finish milestone missions first if we can. And if there's nothing else for us to do, we can just confirm the mission setup. Launching next month. We cannot do anything else. Let's see. Optimal date. There was no training. This 35% is very bad, but nothing we can do about it. Look at the small rocket. So small. The Herzog. Well, let's see. The weather is nice and clean. The weather is going to give us a 7% extra launch reliability. Launch reliability is basically determines how likely it is for us to fail the launch. With 42% launch reliability altogether, we get a 15% chance of critical failure, 43% of something bad happening, but we still launch, 31% chance that we launch and nothing good or nothing bad happens, and 11% chance that something good is going to happen. So we cannot do anything else right now. Let's see. Good luck. We made it. Pretty good. So we are first into space. And it was a normal mission. Normal launch. Our rocket leveled up, and now the launch reliability is better. As you can see, we were the first one. We got 25 extra support. And the mission gave us 250 science for 1 month. Basically 250 science we can spend on tech. To finish the tutorial, we are going to have to launch the first artificial satellite. To do that, we have to research the payload as well, build the mission payload, build the mission vehicle, and complete the mission. Let's finish the research lab so we can make the research a little bit faster. But let's see, there's no request mission yet. Okay. We unlocked the first era. Is basically the race to the moon. We can switch between orbital bodies on this map, you can see the moon missions, lunar orbit, or the crew moon landing. We can see the different technologies we have to research to be able to do that mission. But that's a little bit later. For now, we are going to concentrate on the artificial satellite mission. To do that, we have to research this, but if you see the map, this is a payload. So the sounding rocket cannot carry a payload. It has, like you see, capacity 0 kilograms. There is no way we can put a Sputnik, a satellite, up into orbit with this one. For that, we have to research the actual R7 Sputnik rockets. But that's a little bit later. For now, we can build the research lab. Yes, we have the money for it. And if you place it here, we get a double adjacency bonus. With this, we get 7% payload build cost and 2% vehicle build cost reductions. Sounds good. There's, yeah, still no request missions. Okay, the first research is complete, and we have a new request mission. Next up, we now have the theoretical knowledge to do this mission. Let's do the Sputnik actual research, and in the meantime, we can try a request mission. I think it's coming from the government. Maybe it's kind of a guidance system test, so our rockets can be made a bit more accurate or something. But in practical terms, this is going to just give us support and science. It's a sounding rocket mission. Yeah. We have the money, we can build it. It's gonna take 2 months. Alright, we built the research lab, now we got a little bit more science. We finished the Sputnik research and we finished building the rocket as well. Still no bonus or penalty, but because it leveled up, now we have better launch reliability. Also, because we built the research lab, now we can set a training as well. Basically, the kind of research you select will give you this kind of bonus. It shows you the mission's base reward for that science, for example. It shows you that for every month we spend training for the mission, we get 5% extra bonus to the maximum of 25. So yeah, this means that if we try to launch in September, our science bonus would be 5%, October 10, November 15, December 20, January 25% bonus. And since this is not a race anymore for this mission, we can just go for the maximum science bonus. It's fine. We are launching in 5 months. Okay, now we have the knowledge to build the Sputnik payload. So next up we can research the actual rocket. But we don't have to know about the rocket to actually start planning the mission. Now we have the payload. We can start building the actual payload and build the rocket later. This is the payload screen. Just you can select different variations of this payload. And believe me, you want to go for the power variant always if you can. I'm going to explain when the mission is underway. You can find different information about the payload. We don't have, not going to have enough money, but we can wait a little bit. I think, yeah, 1 more month. But we finished the booster part of the rocket. Now we can go for the upper stage. Yeah. Okay, now we can start building the payload. We can finish the rocket research next month. After that, I don't know. I think we are going to go for the mission control. Yeah, rocket complete. As you can see, the Americans have planned to launch their first satellite in 8 months, but I think we can beat them. Okay, the payload is going to be finished next month. But for now, let's go for the rocket test pad. It's basically another mission training building. It's going to allow us to train for launch reliability. The longer we wait before launch, the better the launch reliability is going to be. And here we have the Sputnik. Yep, first time we get the bonus and the penalty. For this particular mission, this payload is going to give us 25% support reward, but the actual launch vehicle is going to take us 25% longer to build. Not ideal, but support is nice. And for the first time, we are going to build an actual two-part rocket, not just a sounding rocket. We will need an upper stage and a booster as well. Basically, you want to pay attention to this side. Yeah. This is the weight of the actual payload. It's 80 kilograms for now. This is the carrying capacity of this upper stage. This is the range. So this rocket in theory can reach the moon with 500 kilograms. So this particular mission is only going to be going into Earth orbit, but it can reach the moon if necessary. We are going to select this. We also need a booster. It's basically the same principle. This is the weight of the upper stage, and this is the carrying capacity, because this is the complete Sputnik R7 rocket. They are meant for each other, so this kind of match. All the check marks are green. We can confirm. We don't have the money yet, but let's see, 7 months, I think we can still make it. This is the budget review. Because of our gather support, we leveled up. Now we get 75,000 per month as funding. And we have the first request mission launch. Let's see how it goes. Looks like clear skies. Yeah, it's decent weather conditions, 12% failure chance. Nothing else we can do except for lunch. Fingers crossed. Oh. This is a failure. We fell into this. Too bad. But we still got knowledge from this launch, so we can avoid it later. Unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it. But we have the money to build the actual Sputnik 7 rocket. So it's going to finish in 5 months. I think we can launch at the same month as the Americans. Let's go for the mission control building. That's going to be the last tutorial mission. After analyzing data from the recently failed test launch, researchers have identified several improvements that can be made to our booster technology. Sometimes we learn more when things blow up. Particularly enthusiastic engineer commented. We get 150 extra science. That's good. Let's see. We can try again if you want, and we do. We get enough money next month. Yeah. Or yeah, we don't have the money to build the building either. Now, do we want to build the rocket or build the testing facility? I think the rocket is better. The more important is the mission control building. Okay, the sounding rocket. Now we got extra 5% from launch reliability with this rocket. 70%, that's pretty good. Of course, we are going to make science training. I want to avoid suboptimal launch windows, so we are just going to get 20%. I could postpone until January, but why wait? 20% is pretty good. And the Sputnik R7 is going to be finished next month. And yeah, we are going to launch at the same month as the Americans. Here it is. Our first proper rocket. No special effects, 60%. That's pretty decent for the start of the game. Might as well get 5% extra science. Now here's the deal. If you set your launch date the same month as someone else, by default you get the first place. So basically you launch in the first half of the month, the other agencies launch in the second half of the month, so I think we can do this if we don't blow up during launch. Okay, let's see. Finish mission control. I think we can start building it as well. Yeah, just barely. No. As you can see, there are rocks and trees. In order to build here, we have to clear these obstructions, but that will also cost money. And if we could build a building where there is nothing in the way, we could build it, but we have to clear some obstructions, so we cannot afford it right now. Let's see. To prepare, let's see. We can choose to launch, because to progress from here, we only need one of these missions. So we can choose to do Animal in Space or a lunar orbit. I think lunar orbit is a bit more exciting. And let's see how the launch goes. We get a 5% extra science bonus. Good luck. Weather seems nice, no rain. We are launching at night. Oh yeah, 7% extra good launch reliability, that's very good. So we have 8% chance of blowing up. We really need this one, so good luck. Fingers crossed. And we made it. Very good. Now, let's see the payload minigame. It was normal launch. Of course, the different paths level up, so their reliability is also gone up. Now, this is the mission minigame. Basically, this is a resource management game. You have to collect certain amounts of certain resources, and you have to balance other resources to build those necessary resources. You have certain amounts of turns you can do the mission in, and you have a certain amount of commands per turn. So, to complete this mission, we only need 2 comms and 2 data resources, but to get 50% extra rewards, we can go for 3 and 3. Of course, we are going to do that. This is the early mission, it's going to be easy. So, to get 1 data, we can spend 1 energy, and we have 1 more command slot, so we are going to use that data, that comms resource that we generate before, and 1 more power to generate 3 data. So we are going to make a signal returning the test, and with that we are going to do some atmospheric sampling. This is the same kind of dice roll. This is a failure, a normal success, and critical success. Basically, if you land in the red, you can spend energy to negate that failure and make it into a blue success. If you land in the green area, it's going to give you some extra resources. A failure is not a complete failure, so even if you fail, you get maybe half of the resources that you would get. Okay, so now we need 3 more comms resource to finish this one. And I think we can do this, use 1 data, then use 1 more. for this, and even if we fail both of these dice rolls, we still have 2 energy, so we can negate those failures. We are going to get 3 of each resource, and that's a 50% bonus. Ah, here's a failure. This is going to give us 1 less data resource, but we have the energy to resist it, so we are going to do that. And we get everything we asked for. Again, another failure, but we still have the energy. We negate it, and it's a critical success. And we are the first one to put a satellite into orbit. Very nice. And because of the bonus objective, all rewards are gone up by 50%. And now the last part of the tutorial. We just have to build a mission control. And we have to complete a request mission, which we are still yet to do. Now we have 322,000, so we can clear an obstruction. This looks like the best place. But at this place we still need 3,000, so to get the most out of it, I think we can wait 1 more month. In the meantime, this is still going on, and we can't do anything else because we finished these milestones and the only request mission is already on the way. Fears over artificial satellites. Following your agency launching the first artificial satellites, several foreign newspapers have claimed the satellite represents a global security threat. ESA, the European Space Agency, have requested that your agency releases the full specifications of your Sputnik payload to prove its scientific purpose and quell public anxiety. Basically, if we share the specifications, we get better relations with the ESA and they gain science from it. Or if we reject the request, our relations are going to go down, but we get a little bit of support. We are already ahead of these guys, so there's no reason to not share the specifications. Finish the lunar orbit theoretical knowledge, we can start researching the payload. And I believe, yes, we can build it now. This will give us plus 1% launch reliability and minus 2% payload build cost. Okay. So this is going to be the request mission, 71%. Let's hope we don't blow up this time. Oh, the best launch window yet. Only 5% chance we will blow up. It's still possible, but less likely. Let's see. And we made it. Very good. It was a bit of a failure, but we still made it. Now it's going to be 85. Very good. We now just have to finish the mission control building in 3 months, and we are done with the tutorial. Also, some of the request missions can have some of these modifiers. For example, this mission is a challenging mission. It will give us 25% extra reward, but we will have to the mini game with the payload. We will have to gather 25% extra resources as well. I think we can do that. Of course, we are going to go with the energy. As you can, you could see from the first time we did this mini game, having lots of energy is very, very important. We can build it next month. We don't need this one yet. We finished researching the Lunar orbiter payload. This is, the mass is 350 kilograms, so the Sputnik can take it to the moon because it has a 500 kilogram capacity and the max distance is the moon. But to prepare for these missions, I think we can start researching extra payloads. Let's see, this is 150, 250, 250. Let's go for the scout for now. As for the active mission, oh yeah, the moon mission. The Americans are also planning this mission. The ESA is going for the Animal in Space mission. Let's see, do we want to? Yeah. Okay, there is no energy for this one. With this, I think this will give us extra data for the different data collecting commands we can issue to the payload. This is for comms and this is for, oh yeah, this makes the payload a little bit cheaper, but it will be less reliable. I think let's go with this one because it will give us the most reliability. And let's wait 1 more month. No, we don't want to build that one yet. We want to build the lunar payload, that's more important. I think I will go for a cut after the moon mission. For this, we can go, let's see, small. Yeah, as you can see, this one has lower starting reliability, but it will gain more for after every launch. So this is a better investment for the long term. This is building. We can wait for the request mission, that's not time sensitive. Radiation belts discovered. Data from your recent artificial satellite mission has confirmed that belts of trapped radiation surround Earth, shielding the planet from the sun's cosmic rays, the Van Allen belts. we get 200 science. And mission control is complete. The tutorial is over. Good luck. Thank you. Okay, let's see. No, this one. 142, so we can build this one next month. Also, how much is this? Same. There's no need to plan this one yet. And we get level 3, 100 per month. Very nice. Finished researching that rocket, and we finished building the lunar orbiter. We get extra science, but it's less reliable. It's still 65%, so it's not too bad. Of course, we are going to need a Sputnik rocket. It can go to the moon and it can carry everything we need. And no, not Junker, that's not a good name. Let's go for Luna. It's going to be built in 4 months. We need one more of these two to be able to research the actual bigger rocket that will be able to carry these missions. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we might as well do these. So this is 75.4, 65.1. This is a better long-term investment. This is not yet. This is building. Next event. We are not going to, I don't think. Do we want to go for the first human in the space or the first imaging satellite? The thing is that to win the human race, we also need to research astronaut training center and build it. It's going to be very expensive. You know what? Let's do it. Let's make it interesting. So to do that, we will definitely need these rockets. This is the historical. Let's see. 55.5, 72, 81. Yeah, I think we are going to go with the Vostok. Still don't have the money for it, but next month we will. Let's build this one. It's going to be finished in 2 months. We are already building the rocket and they are still researching, so we are going to win the lunar orbit mission. The request mission payload is complete. Extra support reward, but longer vehicle build time. And the Luna one is complete. No effect, 67%. Sounds good. Of course, we are going to go for science. We are going to win this one, but this is a very long stretch of days where we cannot launch. Okay, we are launching in 5 months. And For now, let's go for the sounding rocket. Or wait. Oh, ew. Okay. It's the Sputnik's payload. Let's go for this one. This has a better reliability. Yeah. Something different. Okay. We don't have the money to build the payload yet. That's fine. Next event. Okay. The first part of the human rocket is complete. Let's build the research the upper stage. This one, no, not yet. This one, 42, not yet. In 5 months. Lunar orbit is launching in 4 months. Next event. Okay, your engineers have discovered a malfunctioning error in a key component of the Sputnik payload for your upcoming solar wind monitoring mission. They estimate a 10% reduction of the payload reliability, which is currently 65. Yeah, I think we are going to replace it because 55% is just not good enough. This will set us back a little bit, but nothing we can do about it. Open Skies Debate. Global Symposium is taking place to establish laws regarding territorial space for orbiting satellites. The proposed treaty states that all nations should have free access to space. Your advisors believe supporting the treaty will improve diplomatic relations with the other space agencies, though opposing it may prove popular with the sections of our media. So, do we want support or relations with the other agencies? Let's support the treaty. Let's be friendly. Cooperation is key. So we have the rockets necessary to get us into space with a heavier payload. And we will need astronauts as well. And we build a medium launch pad. It's going to be expensive. For now, we can... Okay, this is launching next month. This is complete building in 2 months. Like, we can build a payload. Oh my god. Yeah, let's go for energy. Okay, let's see. Moon mission is going to be a little bit longer. I think it has 2 stages. But first, of course, we have to make it to orbit. First, we have to launch successfully. Oh, come on, it's raining. That's no good. We have to delay launch. 18%. We have to reschedule. November, let's see. But we are still way ahead of everyone, so there is no hurry. Okay, the Sputnik payload is complete. Finally, some good news. We got a bit of extra reliability. It's going to take a little bit longer to build the launch vehicle, but that's fine. We also finished building the other rocket. Good, payload reliability is up. Launch reliability is already pretty high, so that's not a big problem. Let's see how the launch goes this time. Now it's clear, so very good. And the condition is only +1. Okay, we have 8% failure rate. Good luck. We made it. And the launch was normal. Not good, not bad. Okay, so this is the first stage of the mission. We have to boost the payload towards the moon. To make it, we have to get 4 data and 5 navigation. Basically, we have to keep the satellite on target. Okay, let's see. We can concentrate on this one if we can. No. Let's go for this and this and this for now. Okay. Good. At failure. Let's see. We will have to use 1 extra. So we can choose do we use comms or power. I think we can use the comms and reserve the power for later. Okay. Now we can use this to get the navigation. And this one as well. Let's go for 1 recharge so we can get a little bit more power. Good. Let's see. Output is 1 less. That's good. That's fine. We don't really need comms. That's good. That's normal success. Yeah, we know. So we now only need 2 more data and 1 more navigation. Yes. This will give us the bonus reward. And we have 2 actions, 1 power left in reserve. With a recharge we have 2, so we can pretty much negate any failures we encounter. So we completed this task. Don't worry, we can resist. Yeah. And we have the bonus reward. Now this was only the first step in this mission. Now we are going towards the moon. Now we have to slow down at the moon. Let's achieve orbit. Now we have to get comms and data. Navigation is just extra resource that we can use to generate the two important ones. Let's see, if we do this and this, then we can make this. Or this and this and this. I think this sounds a little bit better. Failure. We get one less. We have to resist this one. Oh, come on. Will cost one more data. Yeah, we don't have to. I think we can take this one. Oh, very good. Critical success. We get extra comms. So we need one more comms and 6 more data. I think we can do this twice and this, and we have 3 more turns, so I think we are good. Output will be less, that's fine. That's good. Okay, and I think maybe we can finish this turn if we do this and this. And just to make sure that we can resist any failures, we make one recharge. And we are done. Don't worry, we can do this. And we are finished. It's a critical success. We were the first to orbit the moon. Very nice. This is a very big boost. Oh, we are more than a year ahead of everyone else. So, as I said, after this launch mission, I think I'm going to make a cut. So, let's see how this goes. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.